Connor Smith, go.
Oh, hello and welcome to the Real Whovians cast 586. I'm your host Connor Smith. Joining me today, I have Connor Farley,
Hello.
Mungu Jerry.
Go and shaveyourhead.com.
Okay. Gloria Davis.
Hello, everybody.
And Josh Blake.
Hiya.
Today we are going to be announcing a special project that me, Connor Farley, Brandon Flanagan, Joe Max, Chameleon Toes, and oh yeah, that's pretty much it. We are doing an audiobook series, which we'll be announcing later on during the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing
It's called Who Audios, and basically it's 10 audiobooks that we write ourselves. It's kind of for us to give something to the Whovian community, because obviously fans play a huge part in it, in making the show what it is. So if we give to the community in that way, then that's what we want to do. Basically, we just want to create something that people will like and enjoy. And,
for the fans, from the fans.
Yeah, to go on and do similar things, because it's obviously,
it's pretty much we are writing it how we think it should be wrote, but using the same characters. So
no Moffat.
So me and Connor have wrote our first stories. They're done. So
well, no, my first.
It should be out. Oh no, yours isn't, but mine is. It should be out soon, but it's just being edited.
Yes.
Oh really? So you're gonna. So it's gonna be like really edited. So it's almost gonna be like a big finish kind of.
No, it's going to be an audiobook, so there's not going to be actors, but we're not sure who's going to read it out yet. We were pondering on the idea using a text-to-speech program, but we're not sure.
So it's not gonna have like a story to it, no?
It's going to be a story, but we're just going to write a story and then someone's going to read it out. So it's like a book to audio thing.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah,
someone's gonna basically narrate it. That's the whole.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'll take
not
a
an
listen.
audio
Anyway.
drama. Audio.
No, it's not an audio drama. It's an audio book. Yeah.
All right. And like, where do we go to find this? When it's
you will
finished?
go to the channel Who Audios, which should be up soon. It's not just Doctor Who Audios. There's going to be other things. It's called Who Audios after Doctor Who. But I think.
Is this on YouTube?
But we've not started production yet on anything. We've just started writing. We've all started writing pretty much now, but some people have examined, so they haven't started writing yet. But me, Connor, Chameleon, and Joe have, but Brandon hasn't because he's got his exams. So he'll be writing soon. But if we rearrange the episodes so that the people who have exams up. Do the last episodes, so it'll be easier because it's not going to be long. It's going to be half an hour, but I know I've read the first chapter of Connor's, and that's definitely more than half an hour. But mine is half an hour. It's not going to be too long.
Well, it'd be handy if you do get it on YouTube, and would you also put it on SoundCloud as well, or because SoundCloud.
I have set up a website which we are going to post the links to the episodes, all of our Twitter links, Instagram, Google Plus, YouTube, all that sort of thing, and we're going to post the stories the day after it's uploaded. So
and Connor, you'll submit the links, won't you, as well?
Yeah, we'll do.
Yeah. I think there will be a discussion at one point live on air, but I'm not sure.
And is it like, are they they're going to be all different ones? Are they like ones about, the Doctor's life or something, and ones about...
They're all different Doctors, but me and Connor Smith are writing for the 12th Doctor, so we're we're writing 2 each. I'm writing
2 each. So I was originally writing 12th Doctor and 9th Doctor, but It's not really practical to do that, so I'm going to be writing the 12th Doctor. So yeah, I've wrote my first story. I'm not too bothered with people knowing about it. I won't give the episode title, but it's basically there's going to be an asylum, and someone's going to get out of that asylum, and someone's going to mess up London pretty much, and they're basically just going to mess up with the Doctor, and it's going to be a good episode. I'll tell you guys off air so that people on air won't know, because obviously we'll tell you, but oh, Gloria's having problems with sound. But yeah, we're not going to give it away to the audience, but we will tell people off air about it, but I'm not going to give too much away now.
Yeah, don't tell me, because I'd actually really be interested just to...
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
Just to hear it, because I can't help it how I am. I just love not knowing, I love the unexpected things, so I would just listen to it and go, wow, because, I started to become a big fan of the Big Finish. Like, the only ones I can't get my hands on is the Paul McGann. I just can't seem to get my hands on them. I'm actually going to have to, like, buy them online or buy them somewhere. So I just can't get my hands on the Paul McGann ones. I don't know, do you guys know anywhere? Or
I've got the first 3 series. Well, we shouldn't be talking about this on air, but I've got the first 3 series. I can send them to you if you want.
Yeah, that would be cool. Why? Do you have them, like, uploaded, or...?
They were bought, but I've downloaded it to my computer. I'll tell you all about it in the side chat. But yeah, so they'll be up soon. It's not going to be audio drama. It's going to be audio book. So there won't be any actors, but obviously, as I said before, we're contemplating whether or not to use an actual person to narrate it, or using a text-to-speech program. So that means it's not going to be human voice, so it's not going to sound natural. But I'm pretty sure some people here wouldn't like to give their voice out that much. So I think
the Mike Connor, as I call him, he's got a great voice for reading out things, because he reads out a lot on the show for Joe, and I think he'd be perfect. I don't know, would he want to do it now? But he has a great voice to do Doctor Who stuff.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know if I'd...
We'll have to discuss that in a committee call.
Yeah, because you do, like, Connor, you do have a good voice for reading out Doctor Who stuff. When you say about it, you can visualize what you're actually saying. We're not just listening to you going on about it. Like, when I've watched the Whovians cast, I hear how you describe it. Like, you have really good, English. So that would be good for what you guys are putting together. It'd be a good. Sounds like a great project, and I think you guys would do really well. I think it could. You would do really well with it.
Yeah. But obviously these are going to be really good, because we have Chameleon Tours is going to be. I edited, I've wrote and done everything with my scripts, and I've sent it off to Chameleon Tours, who's going to edit it. And Chameleon Tours, if you don't already know, is an exceptional writer, and he's going to edit that. He's going to edit all out to make it the best standard it could possibly be, and you will not be let down. They'll be great. One every week, but they're not going to be one specific Doctor. Like, me and Connor are doing the 12th Doctor. Some people are doing the 3rd Doctor, the 6th Doctor, the 9th Doctor, and all that. So we're not actually sure what order to release them in, because it's like episode 2 is the 12th Doctor, and episode 5. Yeah, episode 5 is episode 4 is 12th Doctor, and it's like, should we release them one after the other? Because there's going to be 4 12th Doctor stories, so not sure whether or not to release them one after the other, but it's going to be majority.
Yeah, I think you'd be best off mixing it up.
Because it's not going to have any story arc. But I did suggest a while back about doing a collaborative story at the end of the series.
Yeah, with like a massive story arc, that'd be great.
But we're not sure because if you've read Prisoners of Time, and I've only read one of them, I've only read the first one. Basically, there's a Doctor story, and none of them match up. But at the end of every story, they get taken away from the companions, and that leads on to something big. So if we could add that, I don't know.
That would be great.
But yeah. I have started writing my second and final episode, and hopefully it should be good. But I'm going to try and improve what I lacked. Sorry, what I lacked when I wrote the first script. So we'll just have to see. Well, not script story, but you know.
And what about?
But, yeah.
I was thinking, Ed. Do you know why I came up with the theory? I know everyone said it's not. It is missing in the shop. The woman in the shop.
Confirmed.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure because when I watched Blink, you know, Martha said, "Why am I working in a shop?" And I thought, hang on a second, is that the big cliffhanger for the end of season 9? Like, she was the woman in the shop. But then it wouldn't have made sense because they were talking about, it wasn't referring to that shop, was it?
No, but also...
it was that one character.
You could say then also that Shona in Last Christmas was the woman in the shop because she also worked in the shop.
Yeah, exactly.
She worked in a magic shop.
Yeah.
But, this pretty much leads on to the second topic of today's 5th part of the 2-year anniversary special, which is Series 9 predictions. And who would like to go first on their predictions for Series 9? Connor's gone for... So, Mungo, why don't you give us your ideas?
I see, the thing with me, I like people to finish what they're writing, i.e. Stephen Moffat, because the thing is he's, I don't know, is he going to go back to it at a later stage, but I still think we need gaps to be filled, like the library, you know, the screwdriver. I was watching an episode as well the other day, and I couldn't believe my eyes. You know the Master from the 10th Doctor?
Yeah, John Sim.
His screwdriver was Matt Smith's screwdriver.
It wasn't.
And if you slow it down, listen, if you slow it down, when he drops, you know when David Tennant has shrunk into when he actually gets his size back and he goes to zap David Tennant, he drops the screwdriver, and if you pause it, it is exactly the same as the one Matt Smith had. The same color, the same. Yeah, I swear. I only did it a few times yesterday, and I kept rewinding it on the program I was watching it on, and I kept rewinding it, and I kept thinking, hang on a second, that's the screwdriver they gave Matt Smith. It's the same screwdriver. It makes no sense.
I'm looking at the 11th Doctors right now, and honestly, I don't see any similarities. I can see where you're getting it from, the way it extends and the top bits come out, but I don't think.
No, maybe not like in a picture or anything like that. It looks the same, but go and watch that Pacific episode.
The end. Is it the Last of the Time Lords?
Is it like, yeah? I think it's the Last of the Time Lords where he shrinks, and there's a scene just when he drops the screwdriver on the floor and it kind of rolls. If you pause it, just at that scene, you will see it, and it's exactly the only thing it's missing is the top end. I don't think was green, but the rest is silver, brown, and the white handle.
I'm not sure. I'll have to look into that. But yeah. Is that all you've got for your predictions for Series 9, or have you got more?
I think for Season 9 itself, I think I'd like to see Davros come back. Like people are speculating. I'd like to see Davros come back. I would also like to see. I think Missy's going to come in and out of the season, right? She's going to be
Yeah,
in one
she's in
or
the
two.
first 2 episodes.
Yeah, so that's okay. So at least she's kind of there. I'd like to see River Song come back, and
River Song's good.
I think as well we got to visit Pompeii at some point to tie in why he got that face, that particular face. I mean, I know for real life, we know he got the face because he took over as Doctor Who, just like Colin Baker did. But you know, in the episode in Deep Breath, they already said, "Oh, where did I get this face from?" So
what Mike D was saying on the cast, which was on this morning. He was saying that maybe that the Watcher and the Creator are the same character.
Yeah, I saw that.
Possibly.
Yeah.
That'd be really good.
And possibly, just revisiting some old faces could mean that he isn't actually the Doctor, and he's just revisiting faces that he's seen. So possibly, when he says that, it's like it's a hint for the 11th Doctor to revisit an old face, and then obviously he chooses an old face, and then he gets Capaldi. So
it could already be set in stone for us.
What they could do is sort of give a little bit more information. Like, we only got one reference in the whole of Series 8 to his face. We might get another one somewhere in an episode. But what could happen is they have dropped hints until Peter Capaldi decides he wants to leave, and then his last story, his regeneration story, could be around how he got the face. And that could be a big part of his regeneration story.
Maybe.
I think so, because what about, don't forget, every time they've gone out the TARDIS, you see a volcanic background.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what's that about?
I don't know. It's just like strange.
That's what I mean. They're building up to something. They don't just do that for no reason. They're putting that in the background because something is coming. It's happened a couple of times. When Clara had the keys, do you remember when she was throwing away the keys into the lava?
Yeah, she took him to a volcano so she could destroy the keys, but she didn't realise that it was a dream sequence.
Yeah, but that was the first one. Then, when in Last Christmas, when that alien creature came off his face, he was in a volcanic background, right?
Yeah.
And when Santa said to him, "Wakey, wakey," he was in a volcanic background again. So
maybe it's just little nods to.
Maybe his subconscious, when he dreams, that's coming to the surface in his mind. He's thinking of a volcano, like Pompeii.
So,
what do you think it's like a inverted direction to that, but they're not really going to go there? It's just a nod.
Yeah,
it's probably just a nod. I mean, I don't see what they could do with it, but yeah.
But I had an interesting theory. Hang on, I had an interesting theory though, because I was thinking. I could be completely wrong, right? Here's just I had another outlook that's completely different to the other ones. How about this? He's been given this face, out of punishment because he did what he shouldn't have done. And what was that? He was never really meant to save them on Pompeii, right?
Yeah.
And then he did. Maybe without realizing it was a punishment. It was like, okay, you're going to have that face as punishment.
Who would be there to punish him? Why wouldn't they do that with the 11th Doctor?
The Time Lords, because he had to set a new regeneration energy, remember? So the Time Lords through the crack.
I'm not sure that would happen though.
They looked over his, things that he got wrong, things he did that were kind of bad, and they thought, we're going to give you these regenerations, but we're going to give you this face to say, be a better person in this new regeneration. Don't do,
Yeah, exactly. Well, you see, that's what I'm saying. It could be like it could be a mixture of things at once. You know, it could be maybe it's not going to happen, but it would make a bit of sense with the like with Gallifrey and the crack and time. Maybe they realize what he did for them by freezing Gallifrey. So they weren't going to not give him regenerations, but they said, okay, you did do one thing that you shouldn't have done, so we're going to punch you. I mean, it probably won't happen, but it would be a good storyline if they did kind of say, well, you did save people you weren't supposed to save, and we thought that if we gave you the face, it will continuously remind you of what you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, moving on to Connor F. What predictions do you have for Series 9?
I think that we're going back to Gallifrey, the hunt for Gallifrey. That's pretty much given. I think like stuff that's happening even in the opening episode is stuff that I would want to happen. For example, we're going back to Khan. I like with the sisterhood of Khan, and possibly even if this Davros thing happens, this is kind of the Doctor Who that I want to see from Moffat, but he's not giving us because he's too. I don't know what he's doing, whether he's too scared to explore storylines like that.
If it is,
but saying that, wouldn't you be scared as a writer if you had to sort of produce every week for an audience, and if you slipped up once, they would go mad, and you'd just get so much for it. So maybe he's not been doing classic-based storylines because he's scared that he's going to get negativity, which he gets quite a lot of actually.
Ridiculous amount, yeah. Possibly.
Yeah.
But more mythy, which we're getting, so good. I think that the best bit about the next series, what I'm looking forward to the most, is the possibility of 6 two-parters. Just it all being two-parters where it's, because standalones over the past few years have been absolute crap. Not saying all of them have, but there's this occasional one that just is horrible. And if you have 2,
Unicorn and the Wasp, for example.
No, that's actually a good one. But stuff like thinking of a really bad one, In the Forest of the Night. It's not terrible. It's watchable, but it's still bad.
It's a good episode because Capaldi's in it, but it's not great. It's
I hate
it's a bit of a weird episode, to be honest.
I hate that episode so much.
Yeah, but like two-parters are the way to go because that's why Doctor Who really excels.
Frank Cottrell was supposed to be a good writer, and he was hyped up that he's a great writer, but he's crap. The end was just so badly written. I mean, was she behind that bush all the time? I mean,
Why do you think two-parters do better than?
Because it's easy. You've got more time. There's more time.
If you have
story be more expansive.
Why? Because you're left wondering what's going to happen in the next one, or
and the cliffhanger as well. Because classic Doctor Who, Doctor Who was all about cliffhangers, and if it's like loads of two-parters, we'll get loads of cliffhangers.
Yeah, but saying this, if they did two-parters every episode, you would get more viewers, because if one episode was just epic and it was a first of the two-parter, and it's like, I need to watch the next episode, so it gets like even more views. It's like people are saying, watch this on BBC iPlayer, watch that episode and then come back next week and we'll watch it together. And you just get loads of views overnight if people keep recommending it. And if they did two-parters, they get more views, and it would if they got more views, then it would extend the running time of Doctor Who.
But to comment on the views, I always say it's very hard to say, Doctor Who did bad this week, especially now we've got things like YouTube downloading, BBC iPlayer. it's hard to like. Apart from the 50th anniversary set, who didn't want to try and see it live, yeah? But you know, people go, oh, I can either watch it at 7:30 or I can watch it at 8 o'clock if they're recording it. You know, you still have the people who will watch it on time, but a lot of people now, you know, they go, oh, I can watch it on BBC iPlayer. So
yeah, those views are accounted for.
That's
Also,
what. Oh, are they?
Yeah, just something I want to talk about. Why are people still saying that Series 8 had bad viewing figures? They didn't. They were not bad.
They had the best. They had the best of the last 10 years, was it?
They weren't in the 10 million. They didn't reach the 10 million point, but they were in the 7 million points. They were like 8 million, 9 million. You know, they were.
They got it to 9 million definitely. First episode.
Breath, yeah. But
if you just type it in,
I'll literally read out all the figures for it when I can get
no.
Yeah, I thought it did well because I have a magazine that it mentioned the views, and I thought a lot of people thought it did bad, and I was looking at all the things in the magazine, and they said it did really good, and I was thinking, wow.
Yeah.
And it just shows you that
it depends on who's saying it. If someone doesn't like a writer, or there are some people who hate some writers and they hate the Doctor that's being that's out there, so don't say that it did bad even though it didn't put people off. Like with episodes, it's not necessarily about views, it's about the episode. Like, so an episode could get 10 million views and it could be a rubbish episode.
Yeah.
So
you know, with the two
it's like
parters,
YouTube.
Stephen Moffat said that the two-parters, each episode was going to be quite different. Even though they're two-parters, they're going to be pretty different. So it's like going to take place in like different places and going to introduce, like, he kind of did that with Dark Water and Death in Heaven. Dark Water is like really different to Death in Heaven because they don't introduce like Kate Stewart and Osgood and stuff until Death in Heaven. So it was like, which wasn't a great way of doing it, because Dark Water just felt like a prequel to Death in Heaven.
Yeah.
So that's probably how they're going to do it in the next series. Which
that was brilliant.
What Moffat's words was you don't know when it's going to be a two-parter.
Yeah.
Which is a pretty stupid thing to say, considering that, you know, it's probably going to be obvious at the time. It's going to be a two-part.
Yeah.
With two-parters,
I think
it means less time spent on filming, so you could possibly push the series to 24 like Americans, because you'll be ultimately filming 12 episodes, but it'll just feel like they're 2 hours long.
Yeah.
You see, that's the thing. I guess if you don't know what the upcoming title is, then it mightn't give away too much if it's a two-part. But I guess once you're in the episode anyway, you're gonna kind of know, aren't you? That you're gonna be left for the next episode to come on.
Yeah.
So these are the figures. Here we go. Are they showing?
Yeah.
Is it showing? Yeah, good. So yeah, pretty much an average rounded up of about 7 million.
Which is not bad. People think it's bad and it's not. It's just because they want to find a way to hate Capaldi, but they just can't.
Yeah. So, like Mungo, as was saying, here is all these ones first. These are live overnight, so that means BBC iPlayer. This will be overnight. So yeah, here.
Oh,
and
that
then final,
includes, does it?
Yeah. So when it says final, that means up to a certain date, and then, so yeah, they'll get this. So if you get what I mean.
Oh, okay. So that kind of includes everything in the end. That's like overall, including the iPlayer, BBC iPlayer, and whatever.
Yeah, it includes everything. And it'll be up to a certain date, so they were taken off iPlayer. So that'll be it's usually on iPlayer for about a month, but sometimes. But I think Series 8 was on for over 2 months on iPlayer because they used to have it for a week and then that's it. But what they did with Series 8, they did episode 1, and when they finished on episode 12, episode 1 was still there for people to watch, and then it was for another month or something. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, as well, they show. I don't know, is it BBC 3 or BBC 4? I know they show a replay of Doctor Who every
Yeah,
week.
I think
I don't know which channel it is.
Yeah.
it's
Are we off air?
it's BBC 3. Yeah,
We're off air.
but no.
No.
Oh, okay, it just says it on mine. It's off air. Sorry.
But like they've actually just said that they're gonna start showing Doctor Who Series 2 on Disney XD in America. From
that's the children's channel.
Yeah, I don't know why they're doing that. It's a bit of a bad move considering that it's not a Disney property.
Yeah.
But
Disney buy everything. Disney are buying DC next.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm not going to rant about Disney. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just hope a crazy company gets their hands on Doctor Who because they could destroy it. No, imagine if one day some crazy bid came in from somewhere or whatever, and they started doing films with it, and oh god, you could just imagine they'd rinse it just for money, wouldn't they? For money's sake. I mean, you look what's happening with other things around us. Like, they're rinsing it, aren't they? You just hope that Doctor Who doesn't go that route. Like, I'm all up for having a Doctor Who film, but it has to be with the right person. And
definitely. I think Warner Brothers, to be honest, because they make all the best films. I mean, they've made all the Batman films, and they've been awesome. So Warner Brothers, definitely up there. But we are being a bit pushed for time, so I think I'm just gonna have to do my predictions and then Josh's predictions, and we'll end the episode there. So yeah, my predictions for Series 8 and World 1. 1 minute.
So, what do you think? Connor?
I think that, Series 9 is probably going to be a bigger success than Series 8 because now Capaldi's far more established in the role. He's far more comfortable with himself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's going to be far more his kind of Doctor. Luckily,
exactly.
Moffat went back on what he said about it being a humorous Doctor, which I'm thankful for, because having Capaldi as a humorous Doctor just is awful.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
So, yeah, I'll just quickly do. Am I? Yeah, so I'll just do my predictions quick. For Series 9, I definitely want to see a return to Gallifrey, because I feel like it was a bit pointless to have Gallifrey being destroyed in the first place, even though it has opened a lot of chapters in the Doctor's life that they can do, and it's extended the audio dramas. So we now know that at the end of the Doctor Who movie, Paul McGann did not regenerate, so we now know that, but he had adventures. That's good.
What do you mean?
I think,
What do you mean? I thought you did regenerate.
At the end of the Doctor Who movie, he didn't regenerate, but
he had other adventures.
That's what I'm
before
basically
he went
saying.
on
Yeah.
to John Hurt. Oh, I'm not as clever as you. I don't understand.
Yeah. Even though it is a terrible episode, and we shouldn't count anything from that, but terrible movie, but we shouldn't count anything from that. It is part of it, but saying that, I would just hope that there would be a return to Gallifrey, and yeah, definitely, because the Doctor needs to go home. The Doctor needs to spend some time, and the Doctor needs to get his next companion to be Gallifreyan. He doesn't need a human companion. He needs Gallifreyan. He needs an alien companion. Because human companions, what do humans do? They matter. And humans aren't like you could get one human and that human could not be intellectual at all. For instance, Rose Tyler, but you could get one that is. So it's odd, but yeah, with aliens, most of them are very talented, very intellectual. So if he had alien companions, then things could be done in episodes a lot more. The episodes could improve, and they wouldn't have to write for, like, they wouldn't have to write episodes for humans.
Yeah, but
humans don't get everything, and humans have emotions.
Yeah, but if you do Doctor Who with with an alien companion, we kind of had that in a way with River Song when she was like basically nearly like at one point acting like the Doctor, and Clara. Do you remember that episode where she's basically the Doctor? I don't know if people would want that because everyone wants Capaldi to evolve now. They want him to be him to be the Doctor. Like if we have an alien companion, what separates the alien companion to him?
A different planet. No, but it'd be better with an alien companion because humans have emotions and some aliens don't. Humans have big emotions, and it sort of makes the show into a rom-com, sort of. Like some of Series 8 was a rom-com. Like in The Forest of the Night, that was definitely a romantic because it's all about Danny Pink and Clara Oswald. And do you know what? We need to get rid of all that sort of thing.
Oh, the romantic stuff.
Yeah, we need to get rid of all the soppy bits. We need to get hardcore Doctor Who. We can't be doing with that anymore. We can't be having just Series 9, 50 Shades of Pink and all that sort of crap that people say. We need a proper Doctor Who series.
Yeah, but you see, the problem is you have with
I'm not saying that Series 8 was bad. I'm not saying that Doctor Who's been bad. The past few series have been good, but humans and, like, romantic bits sort of ruin it, like love stories.
Yeah, but the problem is you have with that is back in the day it would work. That worked, but because Doctor Who is so worldwide now, with like it isn't just boys, it's girls as well. So they have to have a bit of soppiness in there now. Whereas when it like back in the day, you wouldn't really say as many girls would watch it. Say, oh, because David Tennant, they would say, oh, he's hot, or Matt Smith's hot, so they tune in, or. Whereas now it's like, oh, Capaldi. So a lot of the girls are like, oh, why did you get Capaldi? Look at him. But they still tune in to see if there's any love,
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's the problem. That's the problem.
People complain about Capaldi.
Yeah.
Saying he's too old, which is ridiculous.
No, because
absolutely.
You see, it's only too old to the new fans on the new Who because they never saw before that. Because they never saw.
You've seen what are called pretty boys like David Tennant and Matt Smith.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. Some people see the Doctor as a freaking 35-year-old.
Yeah, exactly.
I asked someone who was a new fan. I'm not targeting fangirls, but I asked her, "How old do you think the Doctor is?" Because she'd only watched Matt Smith. Oh, he's probably about 30. I don't know. I'm not sure of his age. And it's like. He's over
did she mean the Doctor, though? Or did she mean the actor?
No, the Doctor. I'm being serious, right? They need to get... Because the Doctor felt like a young person. They need to get rid of that mindset. Because he's older. Anyway, I won't drag on to that because people start hating on it. And I won't go into too much depth because this will just turn to a rant video. And then it'll be considered hate speech and all that sort of thing. And people will report... Anyway, so next hope for Series 9. Maisie Williams is Susan Foreman. I hope that is true.
Really?
Yeah. Because if she's going to be a historical figure, I'm not sure, but I hope she is going to be Susan Foreman so we can have some closure on what happened. But saying that, we saw an older Susan Foreman in the Five Doctors reboot, and not reboot, the Five Doctors.
Yeah.
So she could have regenerated after that and got
her
younger.
story has finished in the Big Finish audios, though, and seeing as that is canon, they wouldn't really want to go back and do it in the TV show.
Yeah, but
what was canon? What was canon in the
Eighth Doctor? In the Eighth Doctor audios, the Eighth Doctor meets up with Susan and her son, so his grandson.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. You got that.
So they wouldn't want to mess with that because now they've made it canon. They don't want to mess with it.
Yeah.
Unless, what happened at the end of that, though? What happened at the end? Did she just go on and live her life, or?
Well, there's an audio called An Earthly Child, not An Unearthly Child. And the Doctor kind of has left Lucy at the time, his companion, and he goes to Gallifrey and sort of meets up with. Well, no, he doesn't go to Gallifrey. He goes to Earth because that's where Susan is. Yeah. And he kind of meets her, and obviously she doesn't know that he's the Doctor. And then they find out, and I haven't listened to it for ages, but something happens and that ends. And then they later on in that series of Eighth Doctor audios, they meet up again and have an adventure. And then she comes back for the big finale where Lucy Miller, the Eighth Doctor's companion at the time, dies. So.
Oh, you've ruined it, Josh.
Sorry.
Oh.
You've ruined it for me. Joshua.
I'll forget that. I'm very forgetful.
Yeah. I won't forget that now. He's just ruined the 8th Doctor audios for me.
Whoops.
Jesus, Josh. I'm joking. But yeah, and then I think I have 2 more hopes for Series 9, which is more of Missy, because in every scene she was in that last 2-parter, she stole the show. She was brilliant performance, brilliant actress, exceptional character. And people say, no, we can't have a female master. Well, she's pretty much pulled it off. And to be honest, Stephen Moffat can now be called the writer that made the master female.
And he'll be the writer who made the first female Doctor as well soon. He's gonna do it, you know. He's gonna do it.
Yeah. I don't think so. Not yet.
No.
We need to. I think the next incarnation will be a man.
Yeah, definitely. I think the next Doctor should be, in my opinion. Sorry. The next Doctor should be possibly. Well, I was thinking Hugh Dennis, but I'm not sure about Hugh Dennis because he's a bit of a comedy actor. But in serious, I think Tom Hardy could be a Doctor. But saying that, he's a film actor and could be getting.
Yeah.
But Tom Hardy.
I don't think so. I don't think the Tom Hardy.
He was so good as Bane, though. It's brilliant. But yeah.
He'd be a good bad guy.
And then finally.
He'd be a good bad guy. He'd be a good bad guy in Doctor Who. Bane would.
Yeah, I think so.
But not as Bane, but you know what I mean.
Possibly.
He'd be a good bad guy to have, but I don't know if he could.
Clearly, we've seen. Yeah. And then my last prediction for Series 9 would be, obviously, as Connor said, I will say Davros, because we need to see more of that character, whether it be Davros before he became Davros, like the actual image of Davros, maybe like as a young scientist.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be epic, actually. That would be epic to see him before and how he became like that. Oh my god, that would actually be really good. But you know you're not going to get that in a Doctor Who episode. It'd have to be a Davros spin-off show or something like on Netflix or something.
It should be happening.
Yeah. You never know, do you?
No, I think it's, but I'm just hoping that Series 9 kind of delivers. I think that Series 8 was really good, but Series 9 don't deliver, then who knows? But hopefully Capaldi stays like great in the role. And then, you know, basically that's all we can hope for, I think. A good series.
Yeah, definitely. And, yeah. So...
What do you think? Who's Joe's channel?
John Max.
Who's he?
Someone that we know.
Oh, hello. Oh, he's ran away.
Yeah.
Oh, what were you saying there? You said something, and then you went away from it. Yeah, I think they should do a Davros thing. That would actually be cool. Build up to how he became like that. But haven't they kind of already covered, like, explained how he got like that? No.
Yeah, I think that we've got to end this show today.
Well, let's finish this.
Yeah. Okay. Just finish this, and then we'll end it.
Yeah. They kind of have. They've gone into how he got like that. Like he was blinded, and he could only look through the eye on his head, the blue eye.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But we never actually knew the circumstances of him actually being that way. There are quite a few holes before Genesis of the Daleks that we could fill in. But whether Moffat's prepared to do that or not is a completely different question.
It'd be more down to if Russell T Davies was there, because he was quite mad for the spin-off shows, wasn't he? Whereas Stephen Moffat's not really a big fan of like the spin-offs. He's Doctor Who or No Who. That's it, you know.
Yeah, well, it's good that he thinks that because he's dedicated to one show. But yeah, I think that's pretty much the end of today's.
You can't just say that. He ain't dedicated to just one show. He's doing Sherlock and
dedicated to one Doctor Who show, not just. No, I'm not saying.
And let me finish. And if he's so dedicated to Doctor Who, why aren't we getting good episodes then?
Yes.
Exactly. Come on, it's true, right?
Definitely.
That's what I'm saying.
Huge improvement.
Yeah, he does, like, think about it. When he was doing Sherlock, he didn't have to do Sherlock. He could do a spin-off show of Davros. He could do a spin-off show of something else, couldn't he? That's Doctor Who passion right there. Not just doing, it's so hard in my life to write this, and it's a Doctor Who. We don't even get one episode, man. We have to wait all the way to, August, is it?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Exactly. We don't even get even a 5-minute clip or something. So that to me isn't someone with serious amount of dedication to one thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's someone to me who's lining up their next move to what's coming. That is, because let's face it, we're getting a new writer, aren't we? Next year or the year after.
Yeah, probably.
Exactly. So if we're getting a writer, then they're going to be fresh ideas. Like, think about it. I'm not saying Russell T Davies is the king or something. I'm just saying, like, if you look what he did, didn't he do the Torchwood?
Yeah, he did Torchwood.
Sarah Jane Smith.
Yeah.
And Doctor Who on top.
Yeah,
and Doctor Who. Exactly. So that's someone to me who's dedicated to Doctor Who, man.
No, I'm not saying that he's not dedicated to. I'm saying he's dedicated to one show.
Yeah, Doctor Who. Doctor Who is one show.
No.
Sherlock.
No, what I mean. Just let me finish. He's dedicated to one form of Doctor Who, for God's sake. He's not dedicated to 3 forms of Doctor Who. So he's focusing all the time on one Doctor Who. So
and he doesn't get it right still.
Anyway, we need to finish this episode. There will be another one.
This is a wrap. This is the anniversary special, man, for Joe. So big it up for Joe, everyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much that.
Yeah.
So
we're going to be stuck at 45 minutes if we don't end it now. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.